At my age, I should know better. I try and do the best I can to manage things like my high cholesterol, but nothing ever seemed to work. So I went to see my doctor, and he told me I might be suffering from a condition that affects lots of people today. Not giving a fuck about what I eat. That's when I found out about the Thug Kitchen cookbook. It's full of delicious plant-based recipes that really inspired me to get my shit together. Start eating some real fucking food. And now I'm feeling better than ever.
Who are you?
I remember a time when I thought my kids got enough nutrition from that prepackaged bullshit I'd buy at the store. I was such a lazy fucking asshole. Now that I've got the Thug Kitchen cookbook, I don't play that shit anymore.
I love to cook good food, but who has the fucking time to hunt down a dozen exotic ingredients just to eat better? Not at my age. Thug Kitchen helps me cut through the bullshit with language that I can understand.
If you or someone you love suffers from chronic drive-through dinners, meat sweats, gut rot, sugar shakes, or just want to get your shit together, see if the Thug Kitchen cookbook is right for you. Thug Kitchen is not for everyone, including people who might be offended by words like ass, shit, fuck, or motherfucker. Some side effects may include feeling better, looking fly as fuck, saving some goddamn money, and in some cases, increased culinary competence that could lead to becoming a skilled son of a bitch in the kitchen.
So find out today if the Thug Kitchen cookbook is right for you. You'll be fucking glad you did.
What are you doing here? I said get out.
Shut the fuck up, kid.
I'm still here.
Shit, call your mother. God, fucking kids. All you people fucking suck.
Once every generation, there comes an event that alters how we perceive our world. That changes our expectations of what is possible. This is not really one of those events. But hey, Toxic Radio has a brand new studio, and that fucking rocks. So join us in celebrating our excellent new home. Toxic Radio. Awesomer than ever before. What? That is so a word.
Master, dinner is served. Igor, it's not that I don't appreciate the effort, but you know I prefer my meals uncooked. And how many times have I told you about using garlic? Yes, Master. Forgive me, Master. Please. Bite into Paradelphia. Thursday nights at 8, only on Toxic Radio. Paradelphia, because what if it's all true?
Robert Englund here, a.k.a. Freddy Krueger, and you're listening to Toxic Radio. Check it out or die slow.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Brent Smith from the band Shinedown, and you are listening to Toxic Radio. Don't play it safe, play it toxic.
What's up? This is Tobin from Papa Roach. You're listening to Toxic Radio. Don't play it safe, play it toxic.
Hi, it's Steve Morrison from the President Steve Show, and you're listening to Toxic Radio. Get infected like you would with a cheap hooker.
Hello and welcome to episode 54. That's right, 54 people. 54 of the Deviant Gamer Podcast, a podcast that covers the most epic drops in PC gaming and VR. I'm your host, Toxic Mike, and with me as usual is that fine-looking gentleman over there in the Phillies shirt.
What's going on, brother?
He loves baseball. His name is Demonoid. My mother doesn't want me calling you referencing you as Demonoid anymore, by the way.
What's that?
I don't know why. She keeps on asking me to please call you Mark and stop referring to you as Demonoid.
I'm not like a bad guy. It's just my gamer tag, and I stole that from somebody else. So,
yeah, don't call it Deminoid. I'm just kidding. I think it was my mom. It might have been Laura. I'm getting the two confused. They gang up on me because they still play World of Warcraft, and I haven't been able to go in there anymore. So they're becoming like this tag team against Toxic Mike.
That's pretty rude.
Yeah, it is. It is very rude. I would like to just point it out there. Rude, and rude. But yeah, so yes, I haven't been playing World of Warcraft, if you haven't noticed by the show. Not really covering much of WoW. Demonoid was the first one to kind of step away from it. I followed behind him. Yeah. Just Demonoid because of video games other than World of Warcraft. And for me, it's toxic. And WoW is a game that you kind of drift away from, but you come back around.
Usually do. It is a time waster, though. It does kill
you.
It
is a time
so
waster.
if you're
I
trying
mean,
to be
you
productive,
can't really
you can't
say
have an
that it's
active
not
account.
a time waster. It is. I mean, but it's a time waster that you feel good about.
Yeah, I've had some good times in there.
Yeah.
It's just, if you're going to be productive, you can't be in there.
That is true. Yeah, good point.
Because you sit down and like, I'm going to do this dungeon. I'm going to play for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I'll do some shit around the house. 4 hours later, you're like,
4 hours later, you don't
I'm
know what
fucked.
happened.
Yeah.
You're fucked, and that's basically how it is. But it's fucked in a good way. Wait a second.
Always.
You're
Right?
getting fucked in a good way. So sorry, Ma, for listening to hear me say you get fucked in a good way. But yes, we are the number one stop shop to come for PC and VR gaming. VR, I haven't been in much either. This is kind of one of those things where we're in a lull, and we go through this every now and then. Go back and listen to previous shows. There are times where we go in lulls with our gaming and with news and everything, but we make it work. My VR chops aren't up to snuff, as they say, but we're going to be changing that. I'm looking to change my VR surroundings to where I'm going to have a spot to play that's the size of a football field or a basement.
You had me there. You had me in the first half there. I know where you're going.
You're like
with
a
that.
football field. Where are we going?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I'm about to go buy a Quest 2.
Oh.
I still got wires on mine. I'm a loser.
You've got to go do that. You've got to go do that. Hashtag adulting indeed, Laura. That is the horrible part of being an adult gamer is sometimes adulting does come in. But also shout out to Laura, who still plays World of Warcraft, and she got a mount. Laura put the name of the mount in here. It was like a celestial mount, but you know they got the celestial steed. Well, this was celestial like dragon. It was really freaking cool.
Was
and
that the Mr. Pandera World of
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I used to see that a lot when I was playing.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
what
like
she
a
got. She
big
got one of
Mount
those.
Hunters thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and she got so excited to start posting it all over the place. I was a little jelly. I miss my mount herding collection. I wanted to use a different word. That's what happens, kids. When you try and use different words, you fail miserably.
Yeah.
My collecting and my searching out different mounts, I kind of miss that. All right, screw this whole toxic radio thing.
Let's just go play WoW.
Let's go play WoW.
We got to
shut everything
can I
down.
play WoW on this computer right here?
Shut it down. Actually, you can play WoW on your phone basically nowadays. What do you mean? My mother's also put in there that it's Ashran week, which she is all over. The Astral Cloud
thing, right?
Yeah, it's a Mr.
It's
Pandera
a world
mount.
boss spawn, right?
Yeah.
And it only drops like 1% or something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
that's
it's
awesome.
it's
That's a good.
badass.
It's a good snag.
It's a real good snag. I'm very impressed, but also very jelly.
Yeah. Now you got to go out and do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's only right. But you know what? Let's forget about what everybody else has been playing because they're playing the games that we wish we were playing. Demonoid, what have you been playing this week?
So this week is, I think, more of what I did last week. I told you last week I jumped back into Diablo 3. I was looking forward to, I think I saw a trailer for Diablo 4, and I was like, oh, when's that coming out? And like fucking Blizzard, classic Blizzard, like 2 years from now. So I needed to play something. I downloaded Path of Exile, which is a very similar game to that. It just didn't scratch the itch, and I was like, you know what? I'll do, oh, you know what else actually spawned it? They're re-releasing Diablo 2, and it's a remaster. So you would get, if you pre-order that, which is only like a $30 game or something, you also got Diablo 3. It was like a package thing. So I was like, fuck it. I'll do that. I get the pre-order. I do want to play Diablo 2 when it comes out. and it led me to playing Diablo 3 again. So I got Diablo 3 again. I'm playing that, and it was perfect timing because actually today, just at 6 p.m., an hour ago on the East Coast here, the new season started. So I started at a brand new season, which is the perfect time to start playing again. It's like the wipe, like we talk about in Rust. Everybody's level 0 again. All the pros are probably already level 70 now. It's been an hour later. They're already level 70 and maxed out and everything, but I get to enjoy a nice fresh start after just downloading it a week ago. Like I said, perfect timing. So it was a good time to do that. And then
I can't go back to old Diablo. I've tried. We tried.
Did you play? Oh wait, you're talking old as in Diablo 3 or my reference on Diablo 2 remastered?
No.
How old are you going?
I'm going Diablo 3 is too old.
So that's
for me.
too old for you.
That's
it is
too
a
old for me.
7-year-old game.
It's too old for me to go. Again, we played Path of Exile because of the fact that I couldn't go back to Diablo 3.
Yeah. Well, that's I had the itch for another, whatever you call those, top down. What
top down?
Yeah, top down RPG, whatever.
Hack and slash, dungeon crawler.
Exactly. I had that itch. Yeah, I think you're right.
Loot
Hack and
fest or
slash.
something.
Yeah, something like that, looter. But
yeah,
I had the itch. Path of Exile wasn't doing it. So I decided to go through Diablo 3 again, and actually, because I never actually played through it. I beat it once, but I never max leveled and saw the end game and did the end game. They have rifts. It's a raid, whatever, same thing. I never did that last time, so I'm doing that. I'll be doing that this season. Try that out for a bit. That's about it, and then no Rust. Took a break on Rust. We all took a break on Rust. Me, Ronnie, and Brandon all playing different games.
Wow.
Yeah, big out on that. And this would be normally the week that I would jump back into it because this is the blueprint wipe, another type of thing. Same thing with Diablo. It's the perfect time to restart because everybody's back at nothing. Everybody's level 0, if you will. And then also we just released yesterday. We did Outsiders. Me and Ronnie have been playing. Not Outsiders. What is it? Outriders. Yes, Outriders.
Outriders.
So the reason I don't even fucking know the name of the game is because I've only been in it last night. Today they had big time server problems. I was not even able to play today. It's a big a bad thing. If you look on their Twitter, they're restarting servers. They're trying to fix it. People aren't being able to get in. So yeah, I only got to play about 3 hours, but so far I'm loving it. It's like a looter shooter like Destiny. It's like shooter mixed with MMO, kind of like Borderlands, where there's like tech trees to level up and skills to use. But I'm digging it. 4 classes. There's like a tank. There's a healer. 2 DPS.
It sounds very similar to like something like Borderlands.
It really is.
How similar would you say it is?
So let's go with take Gears of War Combat, because it's third person, you're over the shoulder. So you take Gears of War Combat, Gears of War Cover. There's a cover system where you can jump from barricade to barricade. So we'll do Gears of War Cover, we'll do Gears of War Gunplay, and then MMO would probably be like Destiny mixed with Borderlands, because there's a big tech tree. Yeah, so there's your little your over the shoulder type of thing. That's a pyromancer. I mean, you got the typical HUD just like any other shooter. You got 3 abilities down the bottom. And there's 4 different classes. This guy, he's like the damage dealer, be like your mage, Mike. And WoW, a pyromancer.
Yeah.
But
I like
everything
it's got
has
the ability
gunplay.
bar at the bottom. I do like that.
Yeah, so you can have 3 active skills, but you can pick from about like 13 or something, or 10 different ones you can pick. Yeah. And then there's a tech tree. I don't know if he'll pop it up or show it at all, or if you have an image of it, but there's it's not as comprehensive as Path of Exile, if you remember Path of Exile, that ridiculous fucking blueprint. But it's like kind of like Borderlands. You can spend about 20-30 points worth into different spots, and there's 3. And just like WoW, so WoW Classic, you know how you can go down different paths. If you're a warlock, there's like demonology, affliction, or destruction. These guys have 3 different paths you can go down to. So it's a blend of a lot of genres. And like I said, if they do it right, I'm always looking for that, because I love shooters, love first-person shooters, and I love MMO. And when somebody blends it all together and gets it right, it's an enjoyable game.
Right.
So I'm hoping these guys get it. I only have about 3 hours in. I'm hoping to play a little bit tonight, if the servers are up.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's all I've been doing.
It looks
this week.
interesting, and you came over here thinking that I'd be playing it because it is available on Game Pass.
Very true. Yes,
I don't have especially the PC version of Game Pass, Game Pass Ultimate or something. If you have both of them, but I haven't had that in a while, so I won't be able to download it. I'm not going to pay for it. I mean, obviously, with you saying there's server problems and that kind of shit, I would rather wait.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a wait game.
Yeah.
Because it is not one of those $30, $40 games. It's a full price. It's a $60 game. It's a full release. And it's a full game. I've been hearing reports of like a 30 to 45 hour campaign if you focus on the main quest. If you stray off, probably add a couple 20, 30 hours to it. It's no Witcher. You're not spending 300 hours in there.
Right.
But, I mean, it gets you your game's worth. And then, like any other game where you do raids, you can continue on with higher difficulty levels and all that shit.
That's cool. No, it's definitely piqued my interest. Again, I'm not in the market to buy another game. I just bought one last week. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But it seems like pretty decent. So if you guys keep playing, it's something you're into. I mean, obviously it has levels, right? Did you already say that? Does it have levels?
Oh, yes, your character levels up. So it's like Borderlands. So that's the MMO portion of it. You level up. As you level up, you're getting your skill points for your tech tree. And also, you slowly unlock some new skills. I think you get you start off with one skill. Level 3 gives you a second. Level 5 or 6 is a third. And then after that, it's like level 9, 11, 13, 15, up to once you're level 22, you have every skill available to you. But I think you can continue into the 30s. Level 30 is max level, I believe.
Wait a second. I just brought something up here.
That's the skill tree. Oh, yeah, I can see it on your monitor. That's the skill tree.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
It's
that
not,
is overwhelming.
No,
I'm having anxiety attacks just looking at it.
That is not as bad as Path of Exile. So if you look, you're only going to focus on the right-hand side. You want to focus towards one thing. You're not going all over the place. You're going to follow a path. So you want to have like a predetermined thing. So like if you're going to go Ashbreaker, you're staying at the top. There's a little bit of planning, but I do believe it's free to respec. It's not like WoW where nowadays WoW doesn't charge it, but Classic used to charge you like 50 gold to respec.
That is friggin' daunting what I'm looking at right now.
It's really not that bad. Dude, Google a quick Path of Exile thing if you want to see daunting and let the people fucking shit their pants, because Path of Exile has a ridiculous skill tree.
We really don't want to condone our listeners and viewers shitting their pants. I mean, if you need to, please, we will not judge.
They could be on the toilet, but it's a podcast.
I mean, if you're on the toilet and shit your pants, why are you shitting your pants on the toilet?
You don't wear your pants on the toilet? Have I been doing it wrong?
All right. So on to what I've been playing. And again, GTA 5 got my 200,000. Got a bunch of experience points from the wheel. So I'm having fun with that. But the real story here is It Takes Two. We finished last week's show talking about It Takes Two, talking about co-op gameplay, and I gotta say, I'm gonna ask your opinions in 2 seconds, but I had a friggin' blast. We did get a little toasty while playing. It's definitely a game that you can drink and play and still have a good time. We got a little lit while playing it. I loved it. I thought the mechanics of co-op were unbelievable. I thought the puzzles were difficult enough that it made you think.
Yes.
But not so difficult that it made you go, fuck this game.
Yeah. I think the drinking helped my knowledge. Like, there were a couple things where we were, like, stopped for a bit, and then, like, just my drinking brain kicked in, and we figured things out. But there was some wild shit in there, like stuff that we had to look at a couple times to see how far to progress. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
There's a part in the game where you have a nail shooter, and I can swing on it with like some kind of hook or something.
Yeah.
And you had to really work to get me to where I needed to go in the game. I thought it was very well done. There was a boss fight that I'm trying to bring up here if I can find it. God damn it.
Yes, we fought
the vacuum.
The vacuum, yes.
The vacuum, which was really, really amazing.
It was cool.
I think I just broke YouTube trying to fast forward to the part. There it is. And an ad is going to start in 3 minutes. Fucking ads on YouTube. You can suck my... Never mind.
Just look away and they don't win. That's how you beat YouTube.
Just look away and they don't win. If I'm ever talking to a group of kids from school, I'm just Just look away. They don't win. That's my advice. But so here's the fight, and we're not spoiling anything. This is the beginning of the game, really.
Yeah, this is like
it's
an hour in.
one of your first boss fights. But the boss fights mechanics are good too. Again, not so bad that you want to pull your hair out, but good enough that two people playing will figure it out and have a blast doing it.
Yeah, what we had to make it like suck up. Yeah, you had to suck his own bombs up, right? Is that
Right.
What, that we did?
So what happens is they got the vacuum there, and you have to jump on it, and I had to suck him up to that, and then you shoot him
I shot him
at his
him.
face.
Yep.
Right. So I was actually the
We
part
both
that the
had to
girls
control it.
playing was Demonoid, and I was the one below sucking up the bombs to blow into his face.
Yeah.
It sounds really dirty, but it's
Yeah, it
not.
sounds
Well, I guess
weird.
it is kind of dirty because it's a vacuum.
Yeah.
But no, it was a really good game. I highly recommend this for anybody who wants to play a co-op game. The story line to this game, and I know there's a lot of people listening to this show don't give a shit about storyline. I thought it was pretty good. It's a good game with good mechanics, a lot of fun, but it has an underlying like storyline that really makes you kind of go, "Wow, that's deep." There's a deep storyline.
Yeah. Yeah.
to
They got some storyline behind it.
They got some deepness to it. So it's not just two-dimensional where it's just like any other Nintendo party game kind of thing. It's got some depth to it. Really, really cool. I purchased it, so if any of my friends are watching this right now and want to play along with me one night, first off, try and find me when I have some free time, haha. But also, you don't have to buy it. You don't have to pay it if you have a friend who has it. You download the game, and you could be invited into it. Demonoid did not buy the game, yet we were able to play without any restrictions.
Yeah. It
And
said what did I do? Download the friend pass or
The
something?
friend pass version
Yeah.
of it, which is the entire full game, but you have to have a friend with the game in order to play. Which I think for a game that you have to play, that they're telling you have to play with another person, to enable the friend pass thing is genius. I don't think I've ever heard of another game doing that.
No, nobody gives games away for free anymore. I mean, you get your Steam sales and stuff, but
Yeah.
to give away the opportunity to play with your buddy for free, like that's pretty rare because most people talk each other into buying a game. We do it all the time.
We do it. How many times have you or Guido talked me into buying a game, and I literally played it that one night,
Yeah.
and then never played again? Oh, this is where we sucked the eyeballs.
Oh, that's I forgot about this. This got
out
a
of
little
his
dark.
eyes.
Yeah, I do remember.
There are certain
that.
parts in this that get pretty dark. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
creepy.
yeah, I've got a few games where I've gotten in, logged in, played for one night, and never touched that
touched
game
it
again.
yeah.
Never touched the game again.
And that would have been. I mean, we're gonna play this again tonight, hopefully.
Yeah.
But that would have been if it didn't have that friend pass. I would have bought it too, and we both would have been able to play. Don't tell the developers. But yeah, I would have bought it. Just and like you said, probably would have never touched it again until me and you play together. Again.
Right. And yeah, we're gonna be playing again tonight. Since we're a little bit more understanding of how to play, we might we're probably gonna throw it up on stream to let people see what we're doing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We were in our Discord with Ron, and Ron couldn't even see what we were doing, but
He
was kind of
having
having
fun
fun
talking to us,
as we were talking about the game and everything. So it was really, really cool. So for me, in terms of recommendations for this game, I would say absolutely. First off, if you've got a bunch of gamer friends, or even if you don't have a bunch, you have one gamer friend, just tell them, like, look, you don't even have to buy the game. I'm going to buy it. You play with me. Boom. 100%. Definitely a good buy. Definitely a fun game to play. And some of the best co-op mechanics out there.
Yeah, puzzles are good. It's nostalgic almost. Like it brings you back to playing like puzzle games on like I don't know why it always sticks out in my head. Nintendo 64. I guess that was just my favorite puzzle games. Like we talked about last week, like Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong Country stuff like that.
Right.
Like it just really brings me back to that. So it's nostalgic. Which
Yeah, there's a certain part of it that went like side scroller, and you're like, oh shit, we're in side scroller mode.
Oh yeah, exactly. The way it switched modes all the time. Yeah, it was cool.
And Toxic Mom saying in the chat room, it's the number 3 game on Twitch right now.
Wow,
Which
that's pretty impressive.
Makes sense because again, it's got depth, it's got the story, it's got the gameplay. You're playing with a friend. It's got a lot of positives to it. So, and the graphics are really good. Like for like a kind of cartoony game, the graphics are really, really cool.
Oh yeah.
And again, no real glitches that we found. Everything was pretty damn smooth.
Yeah, no problems at all. I mean,
Very
smooth game.
No Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah. Big epic failure. Which I think they did, not to get off track, I think they put a patch out. And again, because the fact I'm so over it and uninstalled the game and don't give a flying fuck, I didn't even read the patch notes, but I did hear it was a gigantic patch, probably what the game should have been before it got released. I've completely lost interest. The thing that was supposed to be the next blockbuster game has failed so miserably, I don't even have interest.
Well, that's the thing. Your launch has to be good. I mean, I'll go back to a recent launch which got pushed back, which was Shadowlands, and a lot of people got pissed off that they pushed it back. But with Shadowlands being released, if they would have released it uncompleted with bugs, they would have lost more people than the people they lost because they pushed it back.
Yeah.
They pushed it back. It came out better than a lot of people anticipated. And I think that either retained the people that waited, or that brings back the people that left going, oh, shit, it is good.
Yeah.
Because that initial release is so important over top of the fact that you release, because everybody has a memory. If you release a bad game and they experience shitty gameplay, or they see shitty gameplay and everybody else experiencing it, that memory is going to stick with them.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to get that taste out of somebody's mouth.
Yeah, there's very few exceptions to that rule. One that comes to mind is No Man's Sky. I don't know, did you ever play that or hear of that?
Yeah, I remember No Man's Sky.
So that released as literally zero content. It was like you just flew from planet to planet, and all you could really do was fly and land on these planets and like analyze minerals. There was fucking zero game, and it was a $60 game. But what they've done since then is amazing. It's I think it's called No Man's Sky Beyond now.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, the game is it's on VR. I have it on VR. I rebought it on Steam because I bought it on Xbox the first time. They have done leaps and bounds from the original release of the game, where you can there's base building now and everything. Like, it's an actual game now. Same thing with Sea of Thieves is another one comes out. You remember Sea of Thieves, the pirate game?
Yes. I mean, you guys played a lot of that. I even tried to get into it, and I didn't like it.
Because there was no content. I loved the game. I had fun with it. On Xbox, we played all the time. There's content now, but it's definitely not a solo game. I want to play again. I wish one of you guys would get back into it, because I would hop back in a heartbeat, because there's content now. There's a campaign. There's more stuff to do. Like, you legit, when that game released, you just piloted a boat, which is fun. The boat was fun, but there was only 3 missions to do. You did 3 missions, and it was the same missions over and over. You get a map, you go dig it up like a pirate. It's a chest. You sell the chest, you get gold. The gold was used for nothing at the time but buying cosmetics. It's still that same way. There's no you can't out level somebody or whatnot, but there's more cosmetics to buy with. But now there's different companies, different quests to do. There's actually a campaign. There's events. It's actually a legitimate game. But at first, it was fun. It was fun playing with your friends, but there was no content.
So what would you rather? Would you rather a game? The first one that comes to my mind, I'm just going to spit this out there, is Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life Alyx, when it got released, was extremely extreme. I know you didn't play it, but I know that I told you about it
yes.
when I played it, and I played a lot of Half-Life Alyx in VR. A well-done, well-polished, extremely great game. I mean, Steam and Valve, whatever, had a lot of time between the last Half-Life and this one. I think it was 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
But still, a well-polished, well-done game that what everybody ranted and raved about. Then you've got the game you just talked about, Sea of Thieves, which maybe wasn't that great, but now is great. I mean, would you rather a game that comes out well-polished that takes an extra year or two, or a game that comes out not so polished that takes a year or two to become that game that you want it to be?
Well, see, I would say price point makes a big deal. If you're going to slap out, so like Cyberpunk, if Cyberpunk slapped an early access sticker on that game and it was $20, they would not have had any bad press, because it was an unfinished game. They also would have made a lot less, I guess, but not.
Yeah.
Well, think about the refund. Somebody else, some accounting nerd could figure out the numbers. But if they slapped early access on that and made it $20, $30, $40, something like that, because the game wasn't ready, you really can't bitch. But they threw out a full $60 game. It was an epic fail. Like there was parts of the game not finished. I was seeing stuff on Reddit where people would walk down an alley and just fall through the map. Like they forgot to put a floor there. Like stupid, silly shit like that. So I would say it's price point that matters. And again, I hate this trend of early access stuff where people can just put out a fake game. We joke in the Discord all the time about, you know, that a game developer coming to the studio saying, I'm not done, I failed, blah, blah, blah. And the guy slaps a sticker early access on there and they're both throwing money in the air.
Yeah.
So like, I do hate that mindset that that's the new thing to do. But it is nice to be able to get in on a game early if it pans out. If it doesn't pan out, you threw money at a Kickstarter that didn't do well. But when it does pan out,
it's like Blades and Sorcery.
Exactly. That's doing very well now. They
It's
just
doing
had
very
another
well.
update. I just saw another update.
Another
on
update
Reddit.
that made it like gory as fuck. Like way more gory.
Yeah, there's like it's way more gory. There's way more maps. I believe there's like armor classes.
The actual spells in it are better. Like, yeah, they did a big update.
Oh, I remember the spells. That was the last thing we watched. That was like update 8. And I think there's another one since then, but that's when they gave you like force powers. You could be like a Jedi.
When me and you finally get a chance to get back into VR and play that, it's going to be like a whole new game.
And I hope at some point, I mean, hopefully we get back on before then, but they said the roadmap's long, but I would love multiplayer Blades of Sorcery because we love Carnage, and Carnage is the closest
Carnage is
thing.
another one that was in early access, and we got to a point where we were done it, and we knew that more was going to be coming out, and we were, but they did so well that we were like, we're waiting. We're going to wait for the new stuff. And when they came out with new stuff, we're like, oh shit, let's get in here. And those are guys that do it right.
Yeah. No, Carnage was great. I loved Carnage. It was such that I would say that was the landscape or environment, whatever you will, the world that kind of made me stop and look around in VR the most.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at one point we stuck our head in that pond. Remember we walked into that cavern and so my head smashed into the floor just so I could stick my head into the water and hear the difference.
But and then with the update, it was kind of like a what was the update for WoW where you're in the ocean?
Nazjatar.
It was like you were in Nazjatar because they made an update, and that was the last time we went in there with the big update. And you went into it, and it's like the water was on the thing, and you could actually stick your head
through
into
the water.
You're
looking around, yeah.
And but that was a huge update from having to really put our head into the pond, into the water.
We're smacking our head on the floor.
We're actually on the floor, crawling and headbutting the floor in our apartments.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. So it's hard to say, but it really is a developer call, and I can only imagine the frustration of the actual people working on the game, because you know there's individuals that know this isn't a finished product or we need more time.
Yeah.
Just like with any other game, and it's got to be frustrating for them too. I love Laura's message. Carnage was cool in between vomits. Carnage is one of those games where you've got to have your VR legs, as they say. The more you play in VR, the more you get used to the movement, because your body's not moving, but in VR, your brain picks it up as moving, which kind of puts you into this kind of queasy, kind of seasick, motion sickness kind of thing. And VR legs, I still get it to this day sometimes.
Yeah, Arizona Sunshine got you a little bit.
I could go 2-3 weeks, months without doing it. And then one night, for some reason, I'm just not feeling right. And it's a little off, and boom, I'll be, and it's funny, in the game, if I'm having a good time with Demonoid playing, I won't say shit.
Yeah,
I'll be pushing, I'll be sweating my ass off, I'll be burping, I'll be hating myself. But I don't want to let Guido know that I'm like about to barf my fucking brains out, and I'm sweat's pouring down my face because I'm having so much fun, until eventually I just say to him, all right, I'm tapping out. It happened to me one time with Bar Fight, Drunken Bar Fight too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's another fun game that I would love to get back in that, see if they did any updates, because that was like a $6 game. And you just got to have fun. You get to get into a bar fight. You don't get to get into bar fights too often.
And with Quest 2, they just update to where it's 90 hertz. They unlock that. It's bar fights in Quest 2, which I also purchased. I purchased both versions, PC and Quest 2. Quest 2, they enabled a lot more people in there, so it's a lot more fun. So yeah, I mean, same here. Same here. I might, it's difficult to kind of put aside the time to invest in VR, but yeah, to be able to get back in there and to be able to go through these worlds again, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And maybe one time after the show on a Friday, we've got to designate for VR. We'll get Laura in there. You get in there. We'll get Guido. Oh, never mind, not Guido. I think he sold his headset. Yeah. So we'll get us in there. and I mean, I'm sure there's other people that if we go online and say, hey, we're going to be in VR, people have headsets and they'll be able to join us. So we'll have to do that one night after the show so we can actually jump in and just experience it again, because a lot of shit has happened since we were last in there.
It's been a long time. Like I said, I moved like months ago. I haven't even hooked up the Oculus. It's just sitting on my table next to my computer, not doing anything.
Yeah.
We'll have to get a VR room in here somewhere.
Well,
in the studio.
Just tell the landlord, get us another room.
Another room. There's an empty studio right there. We're moving in. And knock all the walls down. We need play space.
No, what we could do is just tell them we're taking over the lobby out there. Just move everything out of the way.
Hey, that's perfectly fine.
Just be out there with. I mean, we all need Quest 2s.
We all need Quest 2s. I'm gonna have to pick one of them up. Unless, see, that's the thing. Do I get it? What do you think? Do I get a Quest 2 now, or do I hold out? Like, is there anything on the horizon?
There are talks. I mean, 100% Facebook has said that they are working on a Quest 3. They're not even. It's there's no details at all.
So we're like 2 or 3 years out, right?
There's no details at all.
Right, so I'm getting Quest 2.
With the success of Quest 2, they're like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. We're gonna do it. Just don't even question it about the Quest 3. I'm looking it up right now. Oculus Quest 3 and 4 already in development. Mark Zuckerberg said, I mean, they know they've got a gold mine. Yeah. They know they've got the hottest headset. Already on Steam, the #1 headset connected to Steam VR is the Oculus Quest 2.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like asking if Xbox is going to be coming out with a new Xbox. Like you know
true.
it.
I was more thinking like how close. Like, are they going to do yearly releases, or is it like every 3 or 4?
That's not. But you never know.
Yeah.
Xbox started doing the Apple model where it was like Xbox, then Xbox One, and then Xbox One S, then Xbox One X.
That's true. Like, should I wait for like a Quest 2 S or something? Like, I'm torn.
Here's what I would say. This is my advice to everybody listening that is thinking the same thing that Demonoid is thinking right now. At what, $299?
Yeah, $299. Yeah.
At $299. $300. We're not talking about a brand new Xbox, which is $400 or $500. At $299 to be able to experience VR in a mobile form, and with how great it is, 100%, I would say go get it. $300 isn't breaking the bank, and at $300, even if they do announce it that they have a date, it's not going to be for at least 6 months.
Yeah,
you'll get your usage out of a new headset by then. And being able to use this headset anywhere at any time, my thought process is $300 for a headset of this, with this kind of technology and this ability, is a steal. It was a steal when it was released. Remember when it was announced? Everybody's like, "Holy shit, $300!"
Nobody could believe.
Nobody could believe.
All you had to do was to pay extra for your storage space and the Elite strap.
Yeah, which I got the Elite strap.
Yeah, if you
but
got
it wasn't
base model,
mandatory.
it was nothing.
Base model was $299.
Yeah,
there's no reason that anybody should second guess it. I would say go for it. Again, I still have my Quest 1 and Quest 2. Just like if you bought it, you'd still have your Rift and your Quest 2.
Yeah,
it's a no-brainer for me.
I'll probably end up.
So
I know I'm going to end up getting one, because as soon as you have a big open room in this studio here, and you're like, yo, it's VR night, I'll be coming over. I'll be hitting Best Buy on the way over here and grabbing a Quest 2.
I think next Friday, we might have to do VR night. We'll talk about it after the show.
All right.
But we're going to have to do it. With that being said,
get over here!
No!
Flawless victory.
Fatality.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
So, we were talking about Discord earlier. We always tell everybody, Join our Discord. Our links are in the comment, really the body of this post. It's also in the show notes if you're listening on podcast form. But we have some Discord news. And Discord is the premier, the top, the number one communications platform used by every single gamer out there. Well, I mean, not Xbox or PlayStation, but a lot of those Xbox and PlayStation guys will use Discord because it's just so simple and they can talk to their PC buddies. So it is the number one. But this hasn't happened yet, and I kind of hate that the article I saw said it already happened. Then you do your research and you say, oh, no, because I'm that guy that does his research. But anyway, Microsoft is in talks, in conversation. They are happening right now to buy Discord. You know how much for, right, Demonoid?
Yes, I do remember what you sent in the text message in our Discord. You sent it in our Discord.
I thought that was a good little...
Yeah, it's like saying the name of the movie and the movie, the name, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was good.
But 10 billion.
See, at that point, why is there even talks, dude?
That's
if somebody offers me 10 billion, there's no talks. That's a wrap. I'm done. I'm done for life.
There's no more talks at all.
No.
I mean, I don't know how big of a team, how big of a corporation Discord is off of, running a chat, for less of a better term, a video game chat service.
You could Google right now probably how many people are working on.
I'm on it right now.
There's guaranteed. I mean, again, you're right. It is a huge thing. But I don't know what goes in. I'm probably talking out of my ass. I would say there's less than 200 employees at Discord. Does that seem odd to you? Does that seem...
No, it does not seem
I would say less than
200.
And what the fuck? What do you each get? A couple million?
Estimated employees, March 2021, 820.
Oh, wow. 820
so I'm actually
at
very
Discord.
impressed.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
820.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So 820
do
people
streaming, and you can stream through there now. So I guess it is a bigger platform. So yeah, 10 billion, but it's still 10 billion, bro. Like you said, it's a B. That's not an M.
I mean, you would hope that the Discord company would slice off some of the pie for their employees that are going to lose their jobs. Well, then again,
they don't have to.
That's what I was about to say.
Cool.
Microsoft's buying them as long as they just say, okay, well, everybody just stay on the payroll. They're buying the platform.
Do you think it'll go from purple to green?
Oh, my God. That is 100% going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to lose the purple.
Because Microsoft would 100% use that platform to be like Discord on Xbox.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because Discord is a known name. They would integrate it into all their gaming platforms. Now, this was a rumor. 100% a rumor. This is in no way confirmed, and this was on TikTok that I heard this, so it's kind of might be bullshit. But the rumor on TikTok was that they were going to use this to catapult a resurgence of Mixer.
I was going to say, yeah, the streaming service, yeah. So now they'll have their chatting app, or the old Ventrilo, if you will, and yes, they would have both things now. And I also saw, I don't know if it was in the article you posted to me, but it was said that now they'll have eyeballs on what people are playing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're going to get, if they buy Discord, not only do they get the company, but they get all of the company's...
The user data.
Yep. Which is ginormous.
I mean, that's all this world
huge,
is today now.
Because Discord,
data. Yeah.
Everybody knows that Discord, you log in the Discord, and you can see exactly what your buddies are playing and for how long, unless they're like some of our friends that try and ghost it, but the system still knows what you're playing.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't see it, but Discord knows.
Yeah. So that's a lot of data, and we all know in a corporation, data is everything. To know exactly what people are playing at any time.
Yeah.
To know, I mean, Microsoft knows off of their own Microsoft client on PC, which I'm sure they get a lot of users ever since they started the Microsoft Game Pass Elite for PC. But to combine that with Discord is fucking huge. Now, the whole another concept to think about is, could Microsoft end up fucking it up? Would they, change it in any way that would screw it from what it already is? Because why Why fix something that isn't broke?
I would hope they don't change anything. The only thing I think they would probably do that would benefit them is, like you said, integrated into Xbox. So like they would probably make it easier to Discord through Xbox and not allow that to happen through their competition. I mean, they're all pretty friendly. It's weird though. Like Nintendo, Xbox, not to be a typical hater on, but PlayStation sucks. Their store,
yes, they do.
Fuck PlayStation, because like they're notoriously hard-headed, I guess you would say, with integration and crossplay. Nintendo and Xbox play well together. It's Nintendo, Xbox, and PC play well together. Sony's always that fucking moron off to the side that doesn't care about anybody. So maybe this is Microsoft's chance to be like, okay, PC, we have an Xbox app right away. Everybody's we're hanging out together. And you PlayStation losers can say in your PSN, PlayStation Network, whatever. You can chat. You could chat over there together.
PlayStation nerds, PSN.
Exactly. Yeah. So you could do something like that, maybe. That's what I see them benefiting, is they'll integrate it better into their Xbox Live Party system, because Xbox Live parties are already pretty good. I mean, it was always a cool thing. Even if you weren't playing a game together, we always hung out in parties.
Yeah.
If we were gaming for the night, you're in somebody's party.
But that was a huge argument of mine for a very long time, and still is, that people try to talk that PlayStation was better than Xbox, but
false.
Like you were just saying, Xbox with their party system, their integration with being able to go in and out of games at an early stage, way before PlayStation ever did it, and being able to make it easy for you to play with your friends was always far and beyond what PlayStation was doing. And the only thing PlayStation people were able to be like was, well, at least ours is free.
Yeah.
Well, you get what you pay for, you jackass.
Yeah, you're in some weird fucking world with little avatars running around, and you had trophies. You had trophies that held up. Who cares? Fuck off.
and the controller, that was one thing that everybody always agreed with me was. I was like, the worst thing about the controller was the Xbox controller has triggers. It was a trigger.
Yeah.
A trigger swoops out so your finger isn't sliding off. The PlayStation one, their trigger was a bevel. It came out.
They had two.
They had two, but the bottom one that was supposed to be your trigger for the gun, your finger would slide off it.
It was just a
because there was nothing.
They were top.
It wasn't
buttons.
an actual trigger. Xbox had like a trigger, like a gun. It swooped out.
Yeah, we've had past shows on that. The Xbox controller is king because who just remodeled their controller after? Was it the Steam controller kind of looks like it? Doesn't the new didn't they remodel the PlayStation controller?
The PlayStation and remember Luna. I still have Luna.
Yeah.
Amazon Luna.
Amazon's thing. Everybody
Amazon came out with their own controller for their Luna service, which is their cloud-based gaming platform, and their controller is, for all intents and purposes, is an Xbox ripoff.
Yeah. So you know what the best controller is.
Why change? Why fix what isn't broken? It's the best controller out there.
And they sell those Elite models that you can customize.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do or not, but does PlayStation do anything like that? Like, you can buy an Elite Xbox controller and do all sorts of... They have paddles back, so people that are gaming and watching at home, there's paddles down here now. Like, on these fingers, you can put, if you wanted to, your
I know we're kind of going on a rant of controllers, but, for people that don't know, my industry that I work in and for my day job is Department of Defense. And when I go to some of these trade shows, and the trade shows are like guns everywhere and tanks everywhere and crazy ass shit, and I was completely sidestepping this, going to the side with this. I went in there and I looked at my boss because they didn't pat us down to go in there. I looked at him, I said, I was very weird. I said, I got a huge backpack on. Nobody patted me down coming into this trade show with all these weapons in here. I said, that's a little weird. He goes, Mike, everybody in here is military and has weapons at every ounce of their disposal. If you even try to do something funny, you will have 1 million bazookas on you in 2 seconds. I'm like, good point.
Yep.
Good point.
I'm just going to not do anything now. Keep my hands in my pocket and walk down the hallway.
But the whole thing was walking through the trade show floor, because they military uses video game controllers in their simulations. So you saw a lot of VR headsets. But every time I saw a video game controller, which controller do you think they had modded to use with their system?
Xbox.
An Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't see one PlayStation controller at all. take that up your keister and deal with it. So we'll have to see what happens. It's all just talk right now. Nothing's been solidified. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to say soon Microsoft's going to make an announcement, and Discord's going to make an announcement. Discord's going to put up an animated GIF of like P. Diddy making it rain on some hose as they make the It'll be an announcement in Discord using all the GIFs.
Yeah.
But that's my prediction. We're going to see that sooner than later.
I think so. When you drop 10 billion, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think because what's Discord doing? We're worth 11. They're gonna fight over a bill. Like just do it.
Just do it. And finally, for the show, we're going to talk about The Witcher 2. The Witcher 2 is finally done taping.
The TV series.
I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes,
Everybody's like, wait a minute.
We're
What
not
year
going
am
back in
I
time. Yes, the TV series. I'm sorry. The Witcher 2, the series, the TV series, Witcher 2. What year am I in? Sorry about that, everybody. Is finally done taping within COVID. I'm sure it could have been done a lot sooner.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they had to follow a lot of precautions because nobody back in the Witcher universe is wearing masks.
No.
Barely
wear clothes. Season 1.
Barely wear clothes. I'm looking so forward to this because it's kind of like we were talking about before, where something is released that isn't fully finished. The Witcher, the first season of Witcher, it was good, but the storyline was all over the place, and it was hard to keep up with it. Even though it was so compelling, so good, the story was good, the characters were good, the acting was so good, that the fact that it didn't really do good in its timeline of storytelling was secondary.
Yeah.
And everybody was so in love with it. Knowing that now, I would hope the producers and the everybody involved, the writers, were able to compensate for that. So I'm looking forward to it.
So am I. I think you're right. They're gonna do a lot, maybe less storyline, because like you said, the part that kind of confused everybody, I think, was like episode 3 or 4 where they just fucking switch timelines but don't tell you. That threw me off too, but we all played a game where losers were nerds. We know what's going on. Other people watching it, just trying to watch a series, probably didn't know what the fuck was going on, but I think you're right. This season, they're going to probably do it with a lot more action, probably. A lot more, like, fighting and stuff that they did it. And then, like, I don't know, probably a lot more titties and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
According to Laura, they did it the same as the book is written.
I didn't read the book.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't read books.
Fuck that.
So give me the Cliff Notes. But, no, I mean, and if they went hand in hand with the book, I mean, everybody always says the books are really, really good. So we're expecting a really good show. I know there's not much more we could say about it other than, we're going to be looking out for it. That was on Netflix, correct?
Yeah, it was just a little snippet of news we found.
But it's a Netflix series.
Yeah, it's a Netflix series, yeah.
So we'll be looking out for it as it comes out in each episode. Maybe we'll start doing like weekly updates of what we thought of that last episode.
Well, that's the thing about Netflix. Unless they change their debut, it's not like... So right now, for all the Marvel fans on Disney... You get one a week.
Right.
Netflix gives you like 8 episodes. You'll get the binge. So we'll be able to legit watch 8 hours of Witcher when it finally... Unless they change
That will just blow our whole entire load on one episode.
That's what we'll do. We'll just do a Witcher Season 2 episode. Unless they change their thing, because it's working well for Marvel. It's keeping people subscribed to Disney. And that's the thing.
It has worked, 100% for... Jesus Christ, Vision.
Marvel. WandaVision. WandaVision, now your own Cap, or Winter Soldier.
WandaVision, even though I hated that it was weekly, it did bring back that feeling of being excited for a night.
Oh, yeah.
Because you knew a new episode came out. So
I haven't done something shit like that since, like, Lost. Remember Lost parties? That was the thing that started all that, I feel like.
Yeah. And I think it'll be good if they do weekly. It'll give us more content.
Yeah, we can talk about it every week. Exactly. It'll probably release. It'll probably release on Fridays, so we'll have to watch it real quick before the show every time.
And I just saw a message in the chat room from Laura. Do not watch it without me. me and Demon will be doing watch parties in the studio. That about does it for our show. We thank you for tuning in. Demon, what you got to say? Anything?
Nah, that's it, man. Come watch us play, get in our goddamn Discord and watch us play Take-Two tonight.
Take-Two. We're gonna drink some beers and we're gonna blow some
vacuums and
blow
loads.
some vacuums, and it's gonna be a good time. So come check us out. We'll be playing together. Demon will be on Discord. I'll be streaming the video as long as I can get it working. I haven't done it in a while, and I've got that whole setup is here at the new studio. If I can get that working, I will be doing it. If not, join our Discord. We'll tell you about it. Again, links all over. Go ahead and remember to follow us on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also, remember to subscribe to our show, whether you go to iHeartRadio, Spotify, or iTunes. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, rate and review, and go ahead and download the Toxic Radio app, 24/7 music, all the shows that are a part of Toxic Radio. And tomorrow we got a brand new show that is starting, Rock Metal Radio, which will be live tomorrow, I believe at 2:30, and then the podcasted version will be up Sunday morning. So go check that out as well. We got tons of content, tons of great shows, 24-hour music. What else could you ask for? Go join our Discord. And remember, it's all fun and games
until somebody gets trolled.
BDE!